Well, hey everybody, welcome back, and welcome to another Wednesday installment of Abandoned and Forgotten Places. Okay, well, before we get started today, I want to talk about a few things because I I kind of messed up a little bit on the Thunder Ridge mine. I said some things that weren't correct, and after doing all of the editing and everything that I did afterwards, I could definitely tell that I was tired. I mean, because like we said in the video, we were in there for 6.5 hours. You guys didn't see all of the rope work down and back up again, and so I was a bit fatigued, and when that happens, the old noodle ain't quite spinning around like it should. So the first thing that I said in there was I used the word, what was it?
Gunpowder.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was the gunpowder. Okay, so
But you meant.
What I meant to, okay, they don't use gunpowder for blasting. They use black powder. There's a difference. So back in the early or mid to late 1800s, mines were excavated using black powder. They'd sprinkle black powder in a little bit of like a canvas. They'd roll it up, make a tamale, put a fuse on it, stuff it in the hole, and that's how they would blast. It wasn't until later on when dynamite was invented and that started working its way into the mines, and then they started using that for blasting as well as blasting caps. What was the other thing that I messed up on?
The dynamite boxes.
That's right. So when we were in the mine, you know, I knew that I was in a mid to late 1800s mine, but there were still dynamite boxes laying around. And I kind of thought that, well, maybe that was from our 70s guys that were down there doing some, taking some larger samples, doing bulk sampling. But no, that wasn't the case. So here's what happened, guys. We did some more research. And indeed, they were just using black powder through that period of, say, 1860 to 1880 in there. Yep. Then the mine shut down for a while. It still had all of its infrastructure in it. It still had the head frame outside, etc. It wasn't until later around, say, 1910, 1920, in that area, then people came back and they started mining more, and that's when they started using dynamite, and that's why we were seeing dynamite boxes laying around as well as a blasting cap tin.
Yes.
Okay, because if the 70s guys would have been using dynamite, well, that all came shipped in cardboard boxes. So, you know.
And those were probably long dissolved.
Oh yeah,
or all wet in there.
Exactly. Or the pack rats would have used them for nesting material, or something like that. Yeah. So that was what was going on with the whole dynamite. What else was there? There was.
We were talking about where the drift ended down at the lower level. You thought it was. The reason, part of the reason you went down in the sump is we thought that that connected with the main incline.
Right.
But after we did some more research on it and we thought about it, one of those drifts near that potential steam donkey, we believe that was the one that connected with the main incline. The one that had all the material coming down. It looked like there had been a failed ore chute, but we figured that that was just all material that's come down over the last 100 years down the main incline and kind of worked its way either way into that drift, and then another one that supposedly connected on the other side of the main incline.
Yeah, so picture the main incline shaft, almost 400 feet deep, okay, running from the outside of the mine all the way down through the 75-foot level, all the way down to the level where we found the ore samples, and then all the way down to where the steam donkey and the belt was. So you got to go back to that video and look for where that planking was leaning on the floor up against the wall, and then you gotta and look for the belt on the floor, and you'll see me. You walk up in that drift, and that's where we saw that material coming down. So what had happened over the years is all of the snow melt, and this place gets a lot of it, had worked its way down the main incline shaft, and it formed a plug in the bottom of the incline shaft, and then that material eventually worked out and it kind of rolled out like we saw in the video.
Yeah, it just rolled either way, wherever there was space for it to fill the void.
Yeah, because it went both ways, because there was more mine on the other side of that incline shaft. And if there was a skip car down in the bottom at a station, it's now all buried by that plug. Yeah. Okay, I think that was it.
I believe so, yeah. Just all the other, everything else that we saw, or that you guys saw in the first two videos that were collapsed or failed. It looked like the mine may have gone that way too, but it was just failure from the ore chutes.
There was definitely more mine on the other side of those failed ore chutes and the other side of those collapses.
Yeah.
But without a whole heck of a lot of digging, you're just not going to
get in there.
Not going to get over there. No. All right. So that's that. Oh, and by the way, for you folks that are bidding on one of those rock specimens that we pulled up and out of that mine, so that weighed, okay, so when we got out of the mine and we got back to the RV, we put the rocks on the scale. There was like, what was it, 32 or 40 pounds of rock?
It was around 30. We thought it was 40, but it was just probably because it was the end of the day. It was about 30 pounds, but it was rocks in my pack, and it was...
Laura hiked that out of how many feet?
It was over 100 feet.
That's 100, that'd be 100
feet.
Almost 200 feet of that on your back.
Yeah.
Back up and out of the mine, so...
And then we still had to work our way back down to Bob from there. Bob wasn't just right at the portal.
No, Bob, no,
he was down a bit.
So we had to do all that scramble just to get back to the Jeep to get them loaded up. So, we really hope you guys appreciate those rocks. And when you finally do get one in your hands and you start looking at it, okay, what you got to do is you got to get a loop. Okay, or a magnifying glass, or even put it under a microscope or something, and you get right down in there and you look for those really dark gray areas within the rock. That's where that's going to be galena, the darker grade areas, and within that galena, that is where all of the silver is going to be contained. Okay, so when you get it and you see that gray banding, it's not necessarily the gray banding in the rock. That's just part of the whole barite structure. You got to get down in there with that loop and look, and you'll see even the darker gray spots. That's galena. All right, so what do we have for you today?
We have an adit with a substantial waste rock pile outside. It looks like it's 6 fans. Half of them are kind of smaller, but then there's a couple of really larger ones too.
Well, there's a story behind this mine that we're about to show you today. Let me tell you a little bit about it. So when we were looking at this area on Google Earth, as I always do, I'm looking for larger waste rock piles, because that's going to indicate a larger mine. Well, this one was kind of like, I don't know if we should drive all the way out there. It's kind of, it was questionable, it was right on the edge. So one day we were in the area and we drove out here, okay, no cameras or nothing. We were just reconning, and we didn't have any of our gear, so we just kind of like poked up into the mine a little ways, and it kept going and going and going, and I said, holy cow. I mean, like, there's no indication or much of a clue on the outside to indicate how far in the mountain this thing goes. So this one really tricked us.
Yeah.
So after looking at it a little bit further, well, first thing I told Laura, I said, okay, we're not going any further. We don't have our air monitor with us. We stopped, turned around, we left. But I said, it looks to me like what we have here is a mine that they got all excited about, because there's diggings higher up on the hill. There's surface diggings where they went into stopes, but then I think they just pulled the plug on the whole operation. I ran out of money, because I think what we've got here is a straight haulage adit that goes in well over 1,000 feet into the mountain, just punches straight as an arrow. And I'm going to show you this, guys. This is pretty cool. Absolutely straight as an arrow into the mountain, well over 1,000 feet. And we're going to make a bet today. I think because when I went up on the side of the hill, of course I saw diggings, but I didn't see any ore passes and I didn't see any open stopes. So I think it's just going to go straight in and just face out. Over 1,000 feet of haulage at it, straight in, face out. There's not going to be any drifts. There's not going to be any winzes. There's not going to be any stopes. There's not going to be any ore chutes. It's just someone had a dream, and the dream fell apart. What do you think?
I think there's going to be at least a couple of drifts, and I'm thinking it's probably just, I don't know why I thought this, that there's a winze in there somewhere.
You think that there's a winze?
I don't know where it is.
Well, I'm going to bet you... I
think it's that large, but I think there might be a small little winze.
Well, I don't have an actual doll hair in my pocket, so I'm going to give you 4 quarters I bet you that it is a faced out haulage at it.
All right, we'll see who wins.
All right, we'll see who wins. All right, guys, enough blibber blabbering. Okay, not only do we have this one for you today, but we're going to be going around the hill and show you another one too. All right, so yeah, this will be a fun day.
Yes, should be interesting.
Let's do it. All right, guys, let's get started. Okay, so here's what the portal looks like. And at one time, not sure who did it, but it was either the miners or someone else, but someone built a rock wall right here to seal this thing up. And then they used like concrete or something to go in between the rocks. Yep, it was sealed up, and then fast forward, somebody dug it all out, moved the rocks off to the left-hand side here, and so that they could gain access. But at one time, it was sealed. All right, let's get past this skinny spot here. And there we go. I'm gonna turn the camera around, show you Laura coming through the spot here. All right, see how they did that with the rock? It could have been it could have been the original miners, you know, sealing it up, thinking they may come back someday. But so right now we're in an area where, oh, looky here, I didn't notice this last time. They had a door.
Oh yeah.
See the
metal
hinge?
Part of a metal door, or the
sure is. There's a
hinge.
There's a hinge right there, and a hinge, and over here they had some kind of a latch to latch it closed. Okay, anyways, we're in an area where there is a lot of large mining operations, and back in the early 1900s, well, in the case of this area, much of this was going on around in the 20s and 30s, but there was such a flood of people into this area that a lot of those guys, they couldn't get jobs at the larger mines because they were just full. So then they would be bumped over to these smaller operations like this one. I wouldn't necessarily call it a mom and pop, but investors would get together. You know, they would make a discovery for, like in the case of this mine, I think it's copper, and then they would start a smaller operation, and those miners would come work at a place like this. But then something happens. Silver prices fall, copper prices fall, the investors just run out of money. You know, there's so many different things that can happen to shut down a mine. But you know, they had this one all ready to go. I mean, look down on the floor. You can see cross ties, the depressions for the cross ties. They had rail in it. And that's why I think it's just, well, they got it all ready to go, and then it just never happened. Let me point way up in there. Look at that. Still keeps going. Nice and it's just straight as an arrow. If I make sure I don't bypass the 500-foot mark. You know, we found that carbide writing, Laura.
Yeah, there was. I think there might have been a date on it too.
Yeah. If we see that, I want to show it to everybody.
Well, there was definitely a spot where it marked the 1,000 foot, because that's where we turned around. That's
where we turned around. It was at the 1,000 foot, and I said, I'm not going any further in this mine without an air monitor. No way.
Don't want to pull a Jimmy.
Don't want to be a Jimmy King. The day that we were out there recording that, having just a conversation about those silly videos, we were laughing. That's why we made that video the way that we did. All right, here we are.
500
so,
feet.
Didn't take long. We're already 500 feet into this mine. Let me turn the camera around and show you the portal. And you can see it up there. See the sunlight? As I was saying, straight as an arrow. All right, turn it around. Let's keep going in. We need some soft music as we stroll
Stroll straight into the mountain.
Straight in, deep into this mine. Yeah. Well, until I find something really cool, I might as well just talk about Thunder Ridge. So we are done with the Thunder Ridge mine. Yeah, there was a few other areas that if we really spent a lot of time on it, we could probably get into, but you guys you saw at least 90% of everything, so it's time to move on. Oh, here we go. Here we've got some mineralization right through this section. Look at the quartz. Look at the white quartz through here. And the calcite running down, picking up minerals from the limestone, and that's what's creating all of these little calcite cave features here, including what's up on the back of the mine. You can see them just kind of the little drippers. And oh, so what we have here is what's called a crosscut. Yeah, they found this vein and crossed left and right into it to take samples, but it didn't look like they didn't like what they found, so they kept on going. I like seeing these little cave features, these little drip nodules of calcite. That's cool. And we've got a nice echo, good hard rock mine. Don't got to worry about this place coming down on us.
There's no timbering anywhere, even at the portal, which is...
All right, well, I lost half the bet.
There is a side drift.
There is a side drift. Okay, I at least owe you 50 cents.
All right.
Out of the pot there. Okay.
731 is how far it is.
731, down. What's that thing? Part of an old slusher? Not
Possibly,
sure.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's the frame of it.
Yeah, it could be the frame of a part of a slusher. Oh, look at this, guys. Look at the calcite running down. We've got stalactites and drip nodules. That's neat looking. And we are at the 750 right now. These really, really deep mines like this, you know, you start getting in past 1,000 feet, boy. And now we're at what, 800 is what's said on the wall there?
Yeah.
You better have an air monitor with you. I mean, look at this, 800 feet and it still keeps going straight. And that's why right now I'm wearing my air monitor down on my ankle. If we get into a bubble up here, then it'll go off. And the one that I use is an Altair. You can get them off of Amazon. Just type in Altair, A-L-T-A-I-R, I believe.
Yeah, they pulled the rail near the portal, but now it's...
Yeah, look at this. All the rail is still here. And look at how much more narrow the mine got.
Yeah.
Now we're going back through the limestone again. And we've got we're making an upward grade, an easy 1%. You can feel it. We're walking uphill. Oh, there we go. Okay, found it. Okay, this is where we turned around, guys. This is where I said, no more reconning without an air monitor. There they are, 1,000 feet. Oh, sorry. Turning. Right past Laura. Look, guys. You can see sunlight. See it?
Barely.
Just a little dot up there.
It's getting smaller and smaller.
All right, so remember I said I'm thinking 1,500 feet before it faces out.
Another 500 to go.
Yeah. That was going to be my guess, 1,500. Because the reason I say that is on Google Earth they have the ruler tool, and you can snap a straight line from the portal up towards the hill, and 1,500 puts it right at the top of the hill. Okay, and I don't see a reason why they would go any further than that. Here's some carbide. Can't quite make it out.
Scribbles.
Yeah, scribbles. What's that? Oh, that's a fault slick right there. See it shining? Says the mountain was uplifting, it's scoured. Okay, according to the thing on the wall, we're at the 1175. Andy was in here. All right, 1,200 feet. We just keep going. 1,250. Jeez. Never. I would have totally lost that bet by looking at the waste rock pile. Yeah.
Google Earth, it looked only like 3 fans, but there's definitely 6 out there.
Oh yeah, six fans of waste rock. 1,300 feet. And we keep going. Here's what's left of the vent pipe. This is the riveted kind too. This is the real oldie.
A blasting cap tin.
And a blasting cap tin. Yeah, there's the old vent pipe. All right. 1,350. Shine the light up in there. Oh, I'm seeing some debris up ahead. 1,400. Wow. There's a can. Let's look at this can. Does it have a lap seam? It's going to have a lap seam. Yep. That's not 1800s. All right. Keep going here. I can feel the air getting more humid. That's interesting. Wonder why somebody drew this line on the wall. See that, guys? Huh.
There's some not family-friendly carbide back there.
Oh, okay. There's some blasting cap tins.
A bunch of arrows pointing down.
And here we are. Oh yeah, they got into some real unstable rock through here. All right, let's first point the camera to the right.
Just like maybe a pocket. It might go to the left. But
yeah, it doesn't look like it's doing anything up there.
No.
We'll go look. And then off to the left over here, we got a muck sheet. Oh, they hit clay. Feel this that we're standing on? They stopped at the fault. Look at this. Wow, you know, we are, what, at least 1425, 1450 in this mine right now?
There's no...
And look at the fault line, guys. Isn't that neat? And it's so soft and so squishy. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at. See? Clay layer. Yeah. All right, that's it for that direction. Okay. All right, let's go up in there, Laura, and see what we can find. And there's a lot of water. There's drippies in here. This is why it's starting to fail. Yeah. All right.
Yep, that's it.
That's it, isn't it? That's it. A little bit of quartz crystals up in there. Just as I suspected.
Well, you partially won the bet.
I won half.
You won half.
Okay, let's turn around. Okay, let's look back. I'm going to get the camera low so you guys can see it. There we are, roughly 1,425, 1,450 feet into this mine. You can see sunlight, just a speck out there.
There's a WR on the right.
WR.
A couple of other...
Well, you wouldn't want to be claustrophobic and be up here, would you?
No.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's put the camera in speedy mode, since we've already seen this already, and work our way back to that other drift. All right, here we go. stop. All right, there we are. We're at our drift, and through the fast forward sequence there, we found a 1933 and a 1935 date. And we also found a whole bunch of not very family-friendly carbide scribbles. We both agree that McLovin was in this mine back in 1968.
In the 60s, yeah.
Hey, we'll just leave it at that. Okay. Let's go up in here and see what we've got. Oh, so that's interesting. All right, here we go. Here we've got some scribbles. Bob was in here.
And no date, though.
Oh, Munson. Bob Salvi Munson. All right.
But there's no date.
Well, let's not get Munsoned.
Not in this mine.
I don't think we're going to get Munsoned in this mine. No. Come on, guys, you know what I'm talking about. It's the movie Kingpin, for crying out loud. Don't get Munsoned. There's some more over here. That was a great movie. You know, Bill Murray with that giant comb over. I still laugh when I watch that movie, even to this day, with that giant comb over he had. Too funny. All right, up here is just a big pile of wood, and that's it. Rotten black wood. All right, turn it around. You know, I used to tease my dad before he passed because he had a comb over, and we watched that movie together, and I was laughing, and he was like, "What's so funny?"
Your hair, Dad.
Yeah. So I grabbed my dad's comb over, like, you know how Bill Murray had it flying up in the air like that?
Yeah.
And I did it to my dad, and I was just laughing so hard. So much fun. My dad was a cool guy. I wish you guys could have met him. All right, so let's do this again. Let's put it in speedy mode because we've got one more thing outside that we want to show you before we end this episode. Okay, so here we go. Stop. All right, there we are, back to the portal. Nice fresh air instead of all that musty mine air. So yeah, we've got one more higher up on the hill and around the corner. That's where we're going to head to next. And let's go see what's over there, because the waste rock pile is just about the same size as this one. All right, guys, I'll see you over there.
A few inches later.
So I was talking with Laura yesterday because we were sitting in the RV watching other mine exploring videos by other content creators and just kind of having a quick discussion as to, like what are we doing that sets us apart? What are the things that we bring to the table that others don't? We're always trying to make our videos better, trying to do things better, keep it more interesting. I mean, we both do realize that the mine exploring genre, the interest in it is kind of waning a little bit. So, we're trying to do different things to keep it a little bit more interesting because, you can only have so much. Well, here's an ore chute, and here's a drift, and here's a can.
Dry eyes.
Bueller.
Yeah, you can't have it dry like that.
No.
Okay, you gotta whip it up a little bit and have some fun. You're exploring, you're doing something neat, you're pointing a camera at something that's probably never been seen before. And so that's what we try to do. We try to have fun, make a few jokes, be lighthearted, stuff like that. I think that's what makes us a little bit more fun to watch, and so
a little bit more entertaining.
That's why we do do it the way that we do it, guys. Okay, so anyways, where are we? Well, here we are. We got another haulage at it right here. We got an incline shaft going down that direction. We're only about maybe 500 yards from the last one. And so they came, it almost appears as though they worked this one first.
Yeah, that might be the case.
Before they jumped down over there and ran out of money or whatever they did. So what we're gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna turn the camera over to Laura, and she's gonna run it through this whole thing while I bounce around in the background like Tigger and make interesting comments.
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's do it. There you go. All right. It's all yours.
All right. So, as we were saying, the portal is behind me, and straight ahead is the main drift. Off to the left, we got a little pocket over here. Yeah, just a little pocket. That's about it. Doesn't go anywhere. And then down to the right over here is where we saw this little incline, or I guess it would be a decline because we're inside. We'll look at that on the way back out. Who knows, it may tie in with something else. So let's head on straight ahead and see what we can find in this mine. You can still see where there were some cross ties on the floor. They were off here to the left. We got a couple of pockets up there that they were digging in. Let's see if we can see what's up here. Yeah, just a few little pockets. We got a cave feature over there on the left. So, and then turning back around and straight ahead. Looks like it might, we've got a cross section up here off to the right. A little, where is it? There it is. Telescope, it goes down. If I can remember how to work the camera. But it goes down into that incline that we could see back there.
You having trouble with that telescope?
Yeah.
Here, let me try it. It's right here. Put your finger right there.
All right.
And it is, well, it's okay. Let me fix it real quick. Yeah, it's a little stiff. It needs some 3-in-1 oil. Okay. But you got to push real hard.
All right.
Right here. There you go.
So now you guys should be able to see down there. Yeah. See, it does go down. All right. And yeah, we got a cross section, so you can go right. You can also go straight, which I think we'll do. And then as Gly hops out ahead, a little pocket on the left, nothing else in there. And going straight ahead, we got some ground fall.
They were doing, no, actually,
like,
I think
were they digging in there?
Yeah, they were doing some sampling here.
All right.
Yep.
An area where they were sampling then, and same thing off to the right.
Uh-huh.
Right, I'm going to continue straight ahead, and
look at the barite banding through here.
Yeah, you can see that right there.
Yep, same kind of rock that was in the
Thunder Ridge mine.
Thunder Ridge. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
On up ahead. Yeah, some of this, it looks like clay again.
Ooh, sharp 90.
Ah.
Yeah.
We go to the left. I don't really see any footprints on the ground.
Here's some more of that clay.
Yeah, this whole area right here is all the.
Look at that! It's just like.
It sloughs off.
Yeah, slick and slide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I can get over this little hump right here, and it continues onward. I can still stand up. I will take the lead, thank you. And we will continue on. See where this goes. I don't have any more cross ties on the floor that I can see. And this is probably why. That's where it faces out. Yep. Little pack rat nest on the floor, but that's it.
Oh, that's some neat looking geology up in there. Look at the
yeah.
Look at the quartz.
Quartz veins all over the place.
Especially up in there. Look at all of it.
Yeah.
Neat.
All right, so we're turning back around.
Yeah.
And I head back towards those little cross cuts over there and see where those go.
I might as well leave the camera on. It's just right up here. Besides, we know you guys like to look at my butt, so hey.
It's either looking at your butt or my butt, so I guess right now it's your butt.
Oh, and by the way, speaking of butts, I do apologize for having a dirty butt when we were, I forget which mine it was. It was last Wednesday.
Yeah, that was the Munchkin mine.
The Munchkin mine, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a hot day, guys, probably like coming in on 90 degrees. And, you know, you get to sweating and, well.
We didn't really notice anybody saying anything in the comment section, so
yeah,
maybe you guys were just being polite.
I think everybody was just being polite, but I know what was on everybody's minds. All right, so. Alrighty.
We got up here, and now we will go left.
Yeah.
Left, and then we got another cross strip to the right.
Oh yeah.
Goes up there. But we will go left for a second over here and see what is over here. So far, looks like might be on a false floor. There is a small little area down in there.
Looks like we're okay. Looks like backfill.
Yeah. And it does go up and around the corner, up over that.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So, let me scoot on up here, and so it is kind of low to the ceiling, or low to the floor. Get over here and stand up, and here is just a pocket up here, no ore pass. Like, yeah, the pocket that they were cleaning out, and coming down here, all ground fall that I'm stepping on. See if it continues around the corner. Little pocket, another little pocket over there, and then going straight ahead. Let's see. Keeps going. See some metal on the floor, maybe part of a muck sheet. All right.
You notice, guys?
You can smell sulfides, I just noticed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
look at sulfides in here.
Just blam, just smacked you right in the nose.
And that is the end. There's a face right there.
Now, guys, you notice what we're looking at here? It's the same stuff that we found in the nose of the 1,425-footer we just came out of.
Yeah, so the clay. There's a little bit of mold up there on the, little bit of moldy crystals.
We've got
on the wall right there.
Kaolinite.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so we're turning around. Gonna go back where we came, and on up that other drift.
And this is what happens when you start to excavate into all that kaolinite. You get slabbing, just like what we're seeing here. These big things just want to come down all at once.
Yeah, that's what we came over right now. Yep. You can see Gly sliding back.
So you definitely don't want to loiter in places like that.
No.
Nope. This here is the...
Got a can right there?
10-pound. This is the 10-pound tin of carbide.
Okay.
For your carbide lamps. 1920s, 1930s.
That makes sense with the dates that we saw.
Yeah.
So now we will go left. See if this one goes anywhere. That does. It goes up. And let's see what's up in here.
You know, there's a mosquito in here, all the way up.
A mosquito?
Yeah, mosquito.
All right, so we do have another,
oh, wow.
Another pocket in here.
Well, this is cool.
Ooh, off to the left, just a little chamber over there. That's it.
Huh.
Yeah, looking over here and to the right. See off to the left too. We also have another small little pocket down there, a piece of pipe on the ground, and then over where Gly is, where does that go?
Yeah, we're going somewhere here. Oh, we got a baddie bat.
You got a bat?
Got a baddie bat. All right, go get Laura.
Oh, I see him.
Go get her. Yeah, no, he's just up here all by himself. It just quits right here.
All right, that's why you came right for my face. That's why you heard that. I wonder if that he could have caught him on camera. Dive bombing the camera. I think the bats know that I'm not a fan of him.
The bats know that they don't like
that I don't like it when they're awake.
Yeah.
When they're asleep, it's just fine. But all right, so here's a little area where the bat was. Up here on the left, little pocket, but otherwise, we just have Gly.
Just me.
And that's it.
And that's it. So we're not too far from the surface.
No.
Look here, guys.
Some tree, some
we
roots.
got roots.
Roots growing.
Look at, here's an ant, for crying out loud. Look at, there's ants.
Yeah.
In here. So we're pretty close to the surface.
Yeah. All right, so we're turning around.
Okay.
Find out where that bat went. Probably waiting to fly into my face again.
Oh, it's just a little mouse with wings. Come on.
Just with my glasses fogging up, I don't know if I'll be able to see him, so maybe that's a plus. All right. So.
Yeah, so Sharon doesn't like rats.
And Laura doesn't like bats.
Yep.
All right, so we're going back down here towards the main drift area. Down here. All right. The air's cooler now. It's definitely just stuffy up in there. So to the right was where we just came from a few minutes ago. So to the left is back towards the portal. And let's see. We already went to the right. There's that pocket over there, and then so this is back towards the portal.
So I think all we have left is that incline.
Yeah, that's the only spot right there.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, there's the bat right in my face again. I knew he was waiting for me. He's just waiting for me to shine the camera up there and dive bomb me. All right, so there's the portal. And then off to the left is where this decline is.
Oh, that looks fun.
So that's going to be a little scrambly.
Yep.
Stand here for a second and straighten my back out. And then I will scoot down here and we'll see what's down in here. All right, you see they got the retaining wall right here stacked up with the rocks.
And at the head of this, they had a windlass. One of the boards is still upright.
Yeah, and they even got dynamite boxes stacked in here, probably everything that they could find.
Yep.
All right.
Ooh, it smells more batty.
Batty and
yeah.
pack ratty in here.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's see. All right, give me a second. Let me scoot down on my butt and get in here.
Boy, that's ratty smelling, isn't it?
Yeah. Russian thistle in the way. A little piece of maybe a board, right? A door, perhaps a hatch. All right. So, stand up for a second. You got a big old timber right here, acting as a support. To the right, we got a little pocket. That's about it.
Hey.
Turn into the left where Gly is going.
And guys, speaking of pack rat poo, if you want to know what pack rat poo smells like right now, we're just breathe it in. Look at here, this is all lead. I'll show you that in a minute. Here's what you do. You know what liquid smoke is? You guys, you cooked before, you know what liquid smoke is. Take 50% liquid smoke and 50% Worcestershire sauce. Put it in a shot glass, mix it up a little bit, and smell it. That's what pack rat, that's what it smells like in here. Look at the lead.
All those dark.
Right here.
dark veins up there.
Yep, we got ourselves a silver mine right here. Look at that. And it's all brecciated. See that? It's in a brecciated matrix through here, scattered without.
Yeah.
Look, it's all through here. This is what they were going after, guys. Ooh, look, there's a sample. Got to put that one on eBay, huh? Put that one in my back pocket.
Yeah, we already heard that some people were wondering about smaller specimens, so
yeah.
If you guys are looking for something smaller, and if we decide to put that up on eBay, then there it will be. So here we got a bunch of gobbing on the right, and on the left over there with the nice little pack rat poo stream coming down the rock all over the place. Looks like a little ore pass up there. The one probably that we looked down into, actually. So, and then going up here.
Show them that right up there. That's the whole reason why they went into this.
There's the hole. You guys can see the vein again.
Look at all the galena.
Yeah, you see all the dark gray.
Yep.
And turn down one of the lights, see if you guys can see it a little bit better. But yeah, all up there.
That's why they did this. That's why they're in here.
All right. So, and then let's see, going over here, I think it's just probably a little pack rat hole up here. Find out. Yeah, small little, tiny little pocket up there. Maybe that was more open back in the day, but it just ends right up in there. That doesn't go anywhere. Got some more of the vein on the left right there. I'm gonna turn around. Oh, as I hit my head.
Take a look at this, guys. So now if you can imagine right now, this vein right here, it's about a foot across. In some areas it's only 8 inches. Now this vein ran on about a 45-degree dip from here straight down to there. So that means, since it's only a foot thick, just use your imagination, okay? And imagine it running at about a foot to 8, maybe 8 to 10 inches, 45 degrees, right straight through here. So that means the vein at one time was right here. So they had to excavate all of this waste rock and get it out of the mine, and all of that waste rock and get it out of the mine, just to grab that tiny little bit of material.
Yeah, a lot of work.
A lot of work.
We're only looks like a little bit of profit, if anything.
Yep.
All right, so we're heading back towards the portal now.
Look at all of it up in here. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, there's still some in here.
Yep.
Didn't get everything. All right. See if we miss anything on the way back out. Otherwise, that's about it for this mine. There's not a whole lot to it.
That's it. That's it. Just galena scattered throughout. So guys, we're gonna scramble back up here, and we'll meet you at the portal. See you up there. All right, guys, that's gonna have to do it for this mine. Yeah, that was a nice Wednesday episode.
Yeah.
I like that one. What do we have for them for next Wednesday? Well, we can't tell them what we have for them this coming Saturday.
No.
Because that's too cool.
Yeah.
Gotta keep that a secret. But we can tell them a little bit about what we're going to do for next Wednesday, which is the mine that we're going to head to right now. So we found a real remote one, and it has a cabin in front of it. It's got, you could tell it had a blacksmith shop right there. There's an anvil stump in front of it. There's a lot of old growth timber that they used to create the portal or the attic or the entrance. Okay, so it's definitely a mom and pop operation.
Yeah.
But the portal is almost sealed.
Just about.
Just about. So we're gonna break out the hoe.
You remember the hoe from a while ago?
You guys remember my hoe? You know, the one I went down to Vegas and bought. Anyways, so we're going to be using the hoe, and we're going to hoe that open and try to make a big enough space where we can slide down in there, because I can't imagine anybody's been in there since maybe the 50s or the 60s.
Yeah, 50s or 60s. It's pretty well sealed.
Yeah, since Mother Nature sealed it off. So we're going to head over there now. But like I said, you guys won't see that till next Wednesday. And then this coming Saturday, we believe we found something, another spectacular, just spectacular. Okay, hold on. Shh.
Don't say anything else. You guys will have to wait to see that.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming along on today's adventure. That was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see y'all again this coming Saturday. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.